Hello, my name's Tom. I want to talk to you a bit about broadcast theology. On broadcast, we've got three different streams. We've got our church planting, our world mission, and our theology training. We started the theology about a year and a half ago. Over the last 18 months, we've looked at different theological topics. We've looked at things like the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Trinity, the church, the character of God, Jesus' death, Jesus' resurrection, things like these. It's been going really well, and we found that the very best thing about it has been our Q&A time. So we've tended to have half an hour of teaching, followed by half an hour of Q&A. And in the Q&A time, we've really been able to bring out the application of the theology. So people have been asking things that relate what they've learned to their own life situations. Because this has been so good, we want to double down on the kind of things that have been brought out in this time. So we've rebranded the theology stream. We're now calling it Theology on the Front Lines, and we're aiming for people who are right on the front lines, applying their faith in different situations. So some people might work for churches and be youth workers or apprentices or evangelists or church planters and things like that. Some people might not work for churches, but be in their workplace. They might be business people or doctors or teachers or construction workers, or some people might be students. And in all of these situations, we really want to apply the theology into our life and into our setting where we find ourselves day by day. So we've put together a programme with three parts to it. The first part is really what we've looked at already. It's our gospel foundations. But we want to expand on that into some of these other areas. So our second part, which will be starting from January, is called Conversations with Culture. And then after that, we'll be looking at some of the challenges of the front line. So we've got our Conversations with Culture that will be starting in January. So our first session we'll be looking at, well, what do we mean by conversations with culture? How do we actually engage with what people in the world are saying? Look at worldviews, look at how to have those conversations well. In February, we've got Adrian Hurst coming on. He's going to be talking to us about the art of listening and how we can really unpick the questions behind the questions and understand what the people around us think, what they have to say to us. And then we'll be moving on to some of the very specific topics that people in the world seem to think a lot about, that the Bible has also got a lot to say about, and how we can let the two collide. So we've got Johnny Mellor coming on. He'll be talking about beauty and creativity. We'll be looking at topics like the nations and immigration. We'll be looking at topics like justice and poverty and things like that. These are big topics for many people in the world, but really we want to get our heads clear on what does God have to say about these things, and then how can we have good conversations about them with people around us. So that's where we're going to be going over the next few months on broadcast theology. The format is going to remain pretty much the same as what it has, so half an hour of teaching and half an hour of Q&A, plus we'll be recommending additional resources to read or to listen to on the topic as well if you would like to go deeper. The Hangouts last about an hour. We tend to do them on Tuesday evenings, usually the last Tuesday of the month, although occasionally it might not be. But all the details are there on the website, or if you get in touch with me, I'll make sure you're emailed about the dates when they're coming up as well. So if you're interested in participating, please drop me an email. I'm tom@ccm.org.uk. Pass this on if there's other people that you know who would be interested, or if you'd like to find out more or just look through our archive of past Hangouts, our website is www.thebroadcastnetwork.org. Thank you very much.